Right, y'all. So something that's weird is that I had took a look at my son's tablet here, and I see something on here because I noticed last night after I started hitting some points about some things that was going on. Um, Let me turn that down. Sorry. And I don't own the copyright to any music in any of my videos that y'all might hear unless I specifically say I made that song. So don't be trying to flag. It's polyphia. So, anyways, y'all, I just noticed that last night after I said something in particular, this tablet just went off. I used to have it playing in my son's little sleeping room area and next to his crib bed, and he'll like just go to sleep. But anyways, the it was buffering all night, and for some reason, like all my other electronics connect to my Wi-Fi, but for some reason is not my tablet is not connecting. And I know the people are listening and watching because they hadn't these people are upstairs again that start to make some noise. So that's just a side note, and I can feel the energy of concentration when they have these monitoring spirits and these people that's listening and watching because they was making noise. See, I hear that movement all of a sudden up that little bump sound, but you can't. It's so light you can't really pick it up on the video, but I can feel the concentration. It's just like when that state police got behind me, and I know somebody was watching me, waiting to come after me. And then I looked up, and next thing you know, I saw the lights flash. It's the same feeling. So it's an energetic focus. Like you could feel it, and I can feel the direction of where it's coming from, where the people are at. So it sound like somebody said, "Shut up." And they talking to themselves. But so anyways, I was just noticing on the tablet that my son's tablet is not working anymore. Like it when I try to connect it to my Wi-Fi, and it's work. It says 313 on here. That number has been constantly. It's either 414 or 313, especially the number 13 or 333 lately. And 222 has been the main numbers in this past week that have been consistent. Even a little. And speaking of that, there was somebody wearing blue that somebody said 222 blue, 222 blue, and they shouted it as they was walking towards the direction of my car where the Walgreens is off Broadway. Uh, and I found that kind of strange. I was like, oh, here these people go. And then I remember I did a return to sender and said a prayer, and all of a sudden I felt a release in my spirit, like God took care of something in the spirit realm, but I don't know exactly what it was. But I felt like that situation had been dealt with. Even a lady was wearing blue hair and standing at the street, waiting to cross the street when the dude came by, um, yelling, yelling that 222 blue, and I wasn't even wearing blue that day. So, and the lady is standing with her back turned towards me. She had blue hair, and then the lady was shaking her head no, like what is this dude talking about? But I knew it was some BS. Just it's the gang stalker stuff. Like if you guys watch any other videos and people talking about gang stalking, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I just don't feel like going into the details about a lot of the stuff that was going on and how I know. But anyways, like I noticed there was some saved Wi-Fi networks on my son's tablet, and I was like, okay, one of the numbers was familiar. I mean, not familiar. It was similar is the word I'm trying to say. Similar to my dad's home address phone number, not phone number, but the house number. And it was strange because when I saw what number it was, there were six saved networks. Two of them was happened to be my saved network. I don't know how there was another one that had the same name, but one was locked and one was unsecured. That's the strange thing. So I deleted the one that was locked, but there's one that's unsecured with the same name on here. That's a saved network. So I don't know if it's a I was gonna say doppelganger website. I mean doppelganger Wi-Fi. But ever since I started talking about, people watch me and me like them hearing something on the reading about IP addresses, something about it. It's like lately, and I said the only way they probably can hear me is from some type of electronic or something that they gave me to put in my house. And the only thing that I have that came from someone, I just might as well say, someone in my family's house was this tablet when they were watching my son back when DHS gave my son to them to watch while they put me in the hospital for allegedly having a psychotic episode. And what else they called that? I think they just said psychotic episode. They never diagnosed me with having some sort of mental condition. They just gave me some pills. Like what the hell? I mean, who does that? And then the pills making me gain weight. But anyways, I had stopped taking them, and a judge denied me um, because to work as a caregiver because in the my attorney that was helping me with the appeal. Oh yeah, that's my song right there. But anyways, I was she told me it was largely due to the fact that I stopped taking my pills without the doctor telling me to. I'm like, yo, and that just let me know these MFers just wanted to get me on some type of medication so their witchcraft can work even more. Because I stopped taking them because it was affecting my chest, my heart, and it was making me gain weight significantly. And I was like, I ain't never been that big. I was 227 pounds, baby. Even though I was carrying it in the right places, I'm thick, but I used to be more slimmer thick than that, like around 168 to 180, but at the most. But it was 227, baby. I lost that 27 pounds. I'm under 200 now, so that's good news. But I have muscle on me too. I have a paper. I do kickboxing now, so they when I went in there, they said I had more muscle than the average person. Cause the average muscle weight that people carry for, especially for my body type. I mean my my height and weight, that my muscle was way above average. So he was like, "Do you lift weights or something?" I was wondering why he asked me that, but then he later told me it's because of the muscle. So I'm thick, but I have muscle like in my thighs, and of course I got some booty back there. Some people said I was a waste of a black girl simply because I'm not that type of black girl that go around twerking everywhere. But then it's funny because the same people who say that go to complain about black women twerking everywhere. Contradictory, hypocritical mugs. But anyways, back to this Wi-Fi. I'm trying to fix it. So what I was gonna do was um, what you call it? That's my favorite little break in the song right there. I'll listen to that later, loud where I can really hear the instruments, baby. But anyways, I'm gonna delete these saved networks and reinstall, like not reinstall, but relink or reconnect the Wi-Fi. First, I'm gonna forget it. One is called mac and cheese. I'm gonna forget that one. But one that I don't know what the hell is YLD in capital letters, but I'm gonna forget that one too. Because and then I notice I'm gonna delete my other one on here. Hold on one sec. But there's one that stood out too that says Josh's Galaxy A14 5G. And I had one of those phones too. And lately, when I go out and about, like I said about them writing these little signs on the street, and I took a picture of the one when I had put under the comment section. Um, I put under the comment section. I do that on purpose. I put under the comment section on Spiritual Advisor channel when she said something about eye drops. And right before I watched her video, like couple hours before I watched it, and it was made around the time I had seen that message, and I took a picture of it today. Somebody wrote eye drops spelled different with W's or VW on the wall, just and something else they wrote cheap, but I didn't go. Sometimes they try to get rid of it, but we'll see if the other one's there one of these days. Um, that I saw that is because that's how I know I was being gang stalked at that UPS store I went to. But just like that dude told me he worked at UPS that was in the elevator. But I was being so kind to some of my gang stalkers that I ain't see them no more. They it was like, oh, I like her. I like her. That's what one of them said, and I could tell he said that off the elevator. And I'm like, why does he keep saying that? But it's probably because he was gang stalking, and he saw that I was pretty much a cool chick. I don't really be going and messing with people. I'd be chill, and when I think about it, how kind I'd be. Like they'll say, they can't like I'll remember some of the stuff we were talking about. I'll get back to the Josh in a minute. I got distracted by the eye drops thing, but and then realizing that another message that was written on a wall in a like a really peculiar, like a really suspicious place, to let it was like intentional, I could tell. But I'll show you guys if I see it there again. But if I don't see it there, then I'll just tell you what it said, because they show trying to listen to see what else, like let's go see, we can try to beat her to it. Like they went and tore that little piece of house down that Daryl, I mean not Daryl, but Darnell Ross said. He claimed his name was Darnell Ross, but he told me his name was Romello. It was a tall, big black dude, and it was recorded in 2022 that he was stealing something in Fred Meyer. I don't know if he got away with it or not. And he also gave me some paperwork to try to file with the court, and I didn't do it because after I looked at it, I could tell he was trying to get me caught up in some fraudulent case where I'm in jail. And I know that's what he was doing, because later he said something else about he do prison time, like he tried to get people in trouble for prison. And the way he said it, there was, I can't remember word for word verbatim what he said, but what he said let me know that he's somebody that go around, he probably get paid in some kind of way for getting people caught up in cases so that they can go to prison. And then he tried to act like he was helping me with something because he knew I was trying to do contract law stuff. I was like, this man is foolish. He really think I'm finna follow his um advice when he out here on the street telling me information about myself that he shouldn't be knowing, and then he trying to give me something to act like he helping me, but in reality I can tell it was a setup. He wanted me to do what he said to do so I can get myself caught up and put in jail. Nigga, please. I still got that paperwork. I found it the other day, like maybe 3 or 4 days ago. But anyways, back to this. So I said all that to say the messages that they've been writing, it said Josh on there, right? I kept seeing Josh all over the place lately. They've been writing it on the back. They spray painted it, I mean, in black spray paint. Said Josh on the back of stop signs and stuff. The same way they used to put mirror up there. But ever since I made a video talking about Mirrortron, I don't see it no more. But I remember a couple spots where they had it recently within the last couple weeks. And I'm going to go see if it's still there so I can take a picture and show y'all what I'm talking about. And no, it's not me who's doing it. Because why would I do some stupid stuff like that? Go do it myself and then try to act like it's somebody else. It's obvious some of these spots, I'm pretty sure they got camera footage somewhere, but these people in high places be working with these motherfuckers, so it's not like they gonna give you the proof. Some of y'all who's smart and you got remote viewing skills and you psychic, you can go and figure it out yourself. You ain't gotta take my word for it. So anyways, um let's see. Um yeah, it was something else they wrote too, that how I know like who else was involved, because there was this white dude named Josh that I was dating who was schizophrenic, but he was like, I like you, but he was trying to let me know he really liked me, and I don't know if he's upset because I chose not to be with him. But I'm just gonna tell you this, Josh, okay? One, I wasn't finna be with you as a black woman when I know that your daddy was in Hell's Angels, and then you said you schizophrenic. I apologize if I hurt your feelings if you found out from watching me the reason behind me deciding to not date you, but it was because of that, and it's understandable if you want to get mad and upset with me, but I'm black, okay? I don't like to say I'm black because you know what it means etymologically speaking, but just for society's sake, I just say I'm black for now. But I'm just gonna say I'm chocolate. I'm chocolate, so um, I'm caramel. I'm brown sugar chocolate. So, and your daddy vanilla and you vanilla. So if he's part of the Hell Angels, and I had dealt with somebody before that knew the Hell's Angels, so I'm pretty sure they was fucking with me at one point too because of something when I was 16 years old, and I had threatened this old white man. He wasn't old, but he had one eye. They call him One Eye Willie, and he had me dig a ditch. My brothers, they did some half-ass. They weren't really doing it, so I pretty much say I dug the ditch, and he wanted it away from the street, and we dug a little ditch real quick. Not real quick, 444, 1444. But I dug and we laid some brick across there. And I don't think it's up there no more because I see that they when they hear me talk about certain stuff, they try to go get rid of it. So it make me look like, oh no, she don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, nigga, I know what the hell was up there. That's why y'all took my phone, so I don't have proof. I hope y'all could hear me because my hand was covering part of the microphone area again. But anyways, um, Josh, that's why I didn't be with you. So I apologize if it made you feel some kind of way that I just up and left like that after we spent some time together. But once I found out your daddy was Hell's Angel, I was like, hell no. And then you schizophrenic. What if one day you don't take your meds? I apologize, but that's what I start thinking. I was like, just how these black niggas is killing black women for stupid stuff. They taking their life and their kids' life. I ain't finna be staying with no man. And then he one day decide to get in his feelings and then go ballistic and kill me or sacrifice me. Hell no. So that's pretty much what it was about. So I apologize for passing judgment on you like that. And I can tell because right before I started seeing Josh put on the like spray painted in certain areas for some odd reason. Um, I just thought of something. I'm gonna check and see if that girl's okay. Because I remember they wrote a message on the wall about her, and then all of a sudden she stopped talking to me. And so yeah. But anyways, back to Josh. Um, it's about you, Sam. Okay, I'm gonna check you out, girl. See if you all right. So a 26-year-old girl, woman, I should say. But anyways, this dude Josh, I wanted to let him know that the reason why I just left like that, it's not because I was trying to make fun of you because of your condition. It was because like I've been seeing people that go crazy, and what if your family try to take advantage of that? Because people be having crazy family members that do crazy stuff sometimes. So I was thinking, what if one day some sort of accident happened where you went crazy and then the voices in your head told you to do something like kill me or whatever, and then your daddy came to play some game with you, some mind game, and then have you kill me because you got to be loyal to him as your father or something because he's a hell's angel, and then I wind up being sacrificed or some stuff like that. So that's why I left. I apologize. But I ain't try to hurt your feelings or nothing. Because I forget, I would be thinking that since people be vanilla, that, well, white or Caucasian um, or Neanderthal, that they wouldn't consider what a black person do, what a chocolate person do. I would think that y'all wouldn't care, and you'd be like, "Well, take their ass on." But I see some of them; they feel like if you reject them and they're a certain type of person, it really affects their privileged um, pride that they have. So I just wanted to address that finally because I starting to see like I see the messages in certain areas where I go. So I'm be like, you know what? Let me go on and talk about this so he can know the real reason. Cause he have a YouTube channel too, where he ride dirt bikes, and him and I were supposed to go ride dirt bikes, but I'm sorry, man, and I ain't have no kids at the time. I have my son, but 2 years ago, or I'll say 2.5, 3 years ago. Well, now probably 4 years ago because it's 2020, the beginning of 2024 now. But I didn't even have a kid. He had a little dog. I mean, a black dog I used to play with in the middle of his yard. Me and his dog used to play all the time. But yeah, so Josh, that's the reason why. Other than that, you were a cool dude. But once that Scottish Rite Freemason nigga told me that you also a G too, and you had G on the back of your truck, I was like, oh, I sure ain't fucking with y'all, cause he was David was trying hard to get me to join, and he was like trying to get me to see the different things. I was like, you know what, f that. I don't care what kind of pull y'all got, cause the stuff you doing, I don't want to be a part of it. So yeah, that's why I stopped. So I've been seeing the signs lately, so I said maybe I should go ahead and address that, and I feel some kind of release now spiritually. I don't know what it is, but maybe now you heard the truth, the real reason why I left. I would have thought maybe you would know if you were watching me or somebody you know was watching me, but that's I'm sorry, man. But other than that, the only other reason I could think of someone named Josh phone being saved on my son's phone, my son's iPad, is a time I went over to someone's house and they had like a Wi-Fi thing, and maybe he had it under someone else's name because he was also Caucasian. So, but I only the first time he invited me to his house, I didn't go. But the second time, remember when I went there, I took the iPad and saved it, got on his network with the iPad. But I don't remember saving it though for some reason. So I don't know why that's on there. So that's what made me think maybe they took my son to someone's house and they used their Wi-Fi and that pisses me off because no telling who they had my son around at that time, even though DHS gave my son to my family. But I was upset at first. I was in the beginning when I found out my son was placed back with my family. I was I was livid because of the situation that was at hand, and I feel like they did that on purpose. But I was like, I was pissed to the point I was about to be rather having my son with a stranger that was in foster care than having him back with my family. That's the way my mind was thinking at first because of the crazy stuff that was going on. So I'm gonna just go ahead and be straight up and be honest about it. But then I started thanking God that he was placed back with my family because I was like, at least it's family. But sometimes family do you worse and do you more dirty, and it's secretive because they're your family and your blood. So other people look at you like you crazy. Like, why the hell do she not want her son to be with her family? But sometimes it's a blessing though, because just because they treated me a certain way don't necessarily mean that they don't treat my son a certain way. So that's why I was okay with it later on. God dealt with my spirit. And plus, you best believe every single day that I was spent away from my son, I sent prayers up and in his way too for his protection. I was like, I know certain people might try to do certain little things. That's life. But at least I'm going to keep him covered with protection, with my words, with the energy behind my words that I manifest and speak out of my mouth towards his direction. And I still place protection over my family as well, but they don't know. Meanwhile, while some of them was hating, it was probably my prayers that was going up in conjunction with their prayers that was protecting them from the stupidity that they were doing. Meanwhile, while they was hating on my behind, trying whoever it was, because I didn't see signs of different individuals in the family who showed signs of jealousy. And it's so evident that even two other men that have been around my family said the same thing, and I didn't even say it out my mouth first. They told me, they said, you know what? I hate to say this, I ain't trying to, they was trying not to be sideways about it, but they said something such and such is jealous of you. They act like they jealous of you, and I'm like, you know what, I'm glad you said that because I thought I was tripping, but then it was clear to me that I wasn't tripping. And so for another two other men to say that without me talking about my family, and they just went around them and saw it for themselves, that's when I knew I wasn't tripping. So it was some other things that went on. There's a history, a deep, dark history of our family. But the people that they portrayed themselves to be in front of other people, you would be like, no, there's no way they would do that. And plus, y'all, don't forget, people can change. Even though they might have been ruthless back in the day, they can become, a little bit more subtle and chill as they get older and be more, relaxed. And even sometimes people that's relaxed, it's two versions of quiet people. There's the quiet person that's quiet, but they powerful, but they have good intentions. And there's the other dark side people who are quiet, but they're evil, wicked people behind closed doors. But you'll see them as like a weak pushover, weak vessel person. So you got to be careful. But anyways, yeah. So I think I said what I need to say, and let me just make sure. Yeah, I think that was it about the Wi-Fi, because I noticed all of a sudden the Wi-Fi stopped working on the iPad only, no other devices in my house. So what's that all about? And it keeps buffering and said failed to connect to Wi-Fi. And there was two Wi-Fis with the same name of my Wi-Fi on there. So explain that to me. No, you ain't got to. I'm just saying that, but that was just crazy. I'm like, how that happen? So yeah, y'all, that's hopefully that kind of gives you some clues of some stuff that might be going on. Like check your Wi-Fi. That's another way they can hack your stuff. Because after I factory data reset my phone, when I had made that complaint about somebody hacking my phone, when I used to hear certain people call me, and it's those certain people who call me, no other phone numbers, that called me made that beep sound on the other end, like they just hung up and got off the phone with somebody because somebody was listening to their phone. And one of the dudes is a bus driver. He's a bus driver. So just take keep that in mind, all right? I ain't trying to freak y'all out, but don't be surprised that somebody that's in charge of watching some kids be behind the scenes doing some other stuff they ain't got no business doing. You know how it go, because I remember Mr. Seabury, he probably dead and gone now, or he real old, but he was a teacher who was a pedophile. He used to always look at other little girls' asses in school. That's one of the reasons why I will not put my son in public school, not even private school, because I hear worse stories from private school than I do public, or just as bad as public school. Not all the time, but I'd be like, damn, that was a private school and that still happened to your ass? People done told me stuff, y'all. Because, like, some people told me, like, in person, like, over the internet, I might not seem like I'm easy to talk to, but I have many people come to me and tell me I make them comfortable and it's easy for them to talk to me. That's how sometimes these mugs wind up giving themselves up by saying little stuff. I'm like, dang, you felt too comfortable, nigga. Damn. And even after all the stuff I shared thus far, I still ain't even opened my mouth and shared a whole bunch of stuff that people then told me and said, and didn't even list them or name nothing they did or said or where they live or who their real name is. But anyways, or say they name at all. But I think that's about it for this video that I was gonna talk about. I guess I need to address the Josh thing because I keep seeing it everywhere now. It's like almost like finally I want to reveal to you who else is behind this stuff. I'm like, okay, Josh, I forgot about you, bro, but hey, it was some years ago now. I would have thought you found you some other woman by now. I know you was crazy. You was afraid to get women pregnant because they're a big responsibility. You had a nice house that you was renovating, and you a plumber. You do pretty good work, so don't be tripping over no woman. And that's how you was acting, like you weren't really tripping over no woman, but energetically, I could tell there that's not the case. Some guys be real sensitive, bro. And I was thinking since he vanilla, he wouldn't give a damn about my ass getting up out of there and leaving him alone. But sometimes it's just people's pride get bruised. That's all it is. So sorry, man. I mean, what you want me to do? Okay, y'all. So I think that's all. That's it. That's all. Deuce.